Okay, folks, today is the 16th greatest move in chess history. We're going to go back for another old school game. This one is Morphy versus Bird, 1858. We like Morphy. He has, I'm not sure if he's been on the list yet, but he has a couple more games on the list because he was one of the greatest attacking players. I think he was, the best player of his time when he played, which was obviously a long time ago. And he just didn't mind throwing the pieces around, a man after my own heart. So he's playing black in this position, and it's already looking wild. You don't see positions like this in current games very often. Looking pretty crazy, trading some pieces, and well, I like that. That's looking pretty nice, right? So in this position, before Morphy says, hey, I'm going to sack my rook. Bird takes it, and now we're at the position where we're looking for Morphy's next move. What does he do in this position to take advantage of his... Yeah, I mean, this bishop is pretty bad. His rook is nice, his bishop's okay, and his queen is looking pretty. So only deficiency in really in White's position is that he's looking all sorts of cramped. Like all of his pieces except for this pawn on d4 are on the first two rows. So not a lot of space for the king to move here. So what does Morphy unleash? In this position, he does the very pretty queen to a3. Evaluation bar, doesn't really care, doesn't change anything. But it's just a cool move, man. It's just cool. So what's the idea here is that, well, he's straight up just threatening mate. So that's a good idea. You can't defend with the queen. You can't defend with the queen here. You see the computer does not like that because you're going to get your queen's going to end up getting lost. So what does black play here? Sorry, what does white play in this position? He pushes his pawn, very sensible move, and then now black is going to pick up another pawn. Remember, he sacked his rook earlier, so he needs some compensation here. Or he has his two bishops, and then white has their two bishops, but he's just down a rook. So you better have something good, and he does. So now white is going to try to trade. No, thank you. I don't want to lose my queen. Check. And let's sack another piece, right? When in doubt, sack them all. He takes, check, and then now in order to not get checkmated, black has to do what? Or white has to do what? Sorry. It's usually white, right? White's usually the one making these moves. So he has to give up the queen, check. That's just another piece to throw away in order to bring the bishop in, which he does, check. Blocked with the rook, and another check, and another check. Running the pieces around the board. White resigns here. I mean, he can block with the bishop if he wants to, but then takes, and it's all over. Queen versus the rook and the bishop. And let's see, we're going to go back and see if there's anything else that could have been done differently by white. Let's see here. He could have just not taken the first sacrifice, but that's too juicy, right? So, is there anything else he could have done? Actually, I guess not. That was, yeah. That move was forced, and then that move wasn't forced, I don't think. Yeah, that move wasn't necessarily forced. I mean, he's going to get in trouble, right? Because if he does something else, oh. No, that move was basically forced. Wow. Because, oh, duh. Check. And good night. Okay, so he does have to make that move to get himself some breathing room, trying to trade queens. Forced. He could have done something differently here because he could have stepped back. Still no good. You get a step back here. So in that case, looks like white was supposed to go back king to c1, but he did not do that. That was potentially his mistake here. But that is, I mean, that's a legit thing, right? Like when you're attacking like this, your opponent is not always going to make the best move. And, you know, in this case, black's winning. He's pressuring white. We don't know the time control. We don't know if they had a clock. Again, this game was 150 years ago or something. What are they, 1858? No, 130, 70, 100. Yeah, we'll go with 170. No. Yeah. I can't do math. It's fine. This was a long time ago. Who knew if they had a clock? But, you know, lots of pressure. White crumbles. 16th greatest move. Morphy will be back. Actually, the next video, he'll be back again. So, more Morphy coming up. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.